Hi everyone! My name is Fabiana da Silva Boyce. Welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. The message today is the importance of saying no to things that you don't want to do. And when you think about it, many of us are people pleasers. And I'm talking for myself, not trying to point fingers at anybody. But I think the majority of us want to be the kind person, the good person, that we are making sure that people are always happy, that others are always well. However, this comes with a very high price. Every time that you're saying yes to somebody that you want to say no, you're saying no to yourself. So realizing that, I think, is huge. We could also think that when we were kids, our parents were always the ones who ended up saying no, right? Can I go to my friend's house now when I didn't do my homework? No. Can I eat candy instead of eating my broccoli? No. So no, saying no is actually an act of love. It's an act of kindness. So it's important that we remind ourselves that we also must say no to things that we don't want to do, so that we are being kind to ourselves. I was reflecting why we want to please people, to be the people pleaser all the time. It's because we care, and there's nothing wrong with being a caring person. That before trying to be kind to others, we need to be kind to ourselves, and saying no to things that we don't want to do is the most powerful kind of love that we can have, so that we treat ourselves with respect, with love, and with care. We know when we should say no, but we ended up saying yes. So the most important thing is to listen to your heart and also follow your gut, right? Why would you say yes to something that you don't want to do just because you want to keep a friendship? A real friendship should not depend on your yeses all the time. And if it is, it's because it's not a real friendship. I also think, so I'm gonna give you guys some examples of situations that we usually say yes and we don't want to say yes, right? So for example, students, when we think about students, you worked so hard on an assignment, and then all of a sudden a person who never talked to you, so your friend who never talked to you, comes out of nowhere and asks for that assignment. Your first impulse is, yeah, here we go, and then you feel bad. And I had students reaching out to me this term saying how they felt horrible doing that. First, because they knew it was wrong. Second, because they felt silly. So my advice is learn how to say no so that you can feel powerful. And if that person is not even your friend, why the heck are you trying to help them out, right? No, it doesn't make any sense. Teachers, my case, right? So many times I had students come to me, didn't do a thing during the entire term, and then all of a sudden the student comes out of nowhere, hey, can I submit all the 300 assignments that you gave me? And of course, as a kind person, we feel like saying, sure, I'd love to help, right? But every time that you're doing that, you're the one who in your time. You're never, the fact that you're gonna be correcting all those homework assignments that you know that person did not do, right? There's no way you can do an assignment. You can do all the assignments of a term in a week and then you pass the student. No way. So learning how to say no made me a better teacher, because the lesson here is, if you come, you work, you get a grade. And by saying, yes, I will grade everything that you did, I'm not really teaching the students anything. At a job, when we are working, we are asked so many times to do so many different things. And sometimes we ended up doing because it's fun or because we love being workaholics, but it gets to a point that you need to learn how to say no when it's taking away from your personal time. Because remember, you're never gonna get that time back in your life. It's also important for us to reflect, why are we so afraid to say no? And Usually we are afraid of saying no because we think that we are gonna that people may feel rejected, that people will not want to be around us because we say no all the time. And that's normal, right? That we think like this because we care. So that is totally fine. However, it is important for us to remember that if you are surrounded of people who constantly want you to say yes to them when you're saying no to yourselves, these people don't really deserve being around you. I think it is important to remember that when you're saying no to others, you're actually saying yes to yourself. So some ways that you can say no, for those of you who may have some difficulty saying no and you feel like saying yes all the time, I'll give some hints. Hint number one, make sure that you pause. So when your friend or a boss or whoever comes to you and asks something that you know that the answer should be no, but you feel like saying yes, but just because you feel that you must give an answer immediately, pause right there, reflect, and then answer. The person is not gonna die if you give an answer a minute later, or make sure that just by giving that pause, the person will understand that the answer is actually no, right? Number two, I think it's the hardest one, is just saying no without having an excuse. Remember, you don't have to be giving excuses for everything that you want to do, but I know it's hard to just say the hard no and feel good, right? So some people can do it, but if you can't say the no, then I would go to number three. If a person asks you to do something that you know you have to say no, that you would feel better saying no, you can always give an excuse. So for example, in my case, when people asked me, hey, would you like to go hiking? And the person knew that I had just had chemotherapy. In that case, I could simply say, no, I don't really feel well yet, so I'm not gonna go. So that's number three. You said no and you gave an excuse, and that made you feel a little bit better. Number four, you can always, for those of you who have difficulty saying no straightforward and immediately, you can always give an excuse. I'm gonna check my agenda. And I know it sounds super, you don't wanna do that, but I think it's a way that gives you time to actually see what you have on your agenda and see if it fits. And if it doesn't, I'm not gonna be able to do it this week, or I'm not gonna be able to do it now, but we can definitely check back later on, right? For work, one of the strategies that I think that you could use is when your boss is asking you to do 10,000 projects at the same time, and you feel kind of like, okay, I can't really say no, because if I ended up saying no every time that my boss comes to me, of course you may end up losing your job. So I would say, what can I do instead? So if you want me to prioritize very respectfully, very professionally, you're not gonna attack anyone, but okay, so you want me to work on this project now? So if I'm working on this project now and we both want this to be well done, well developed, what do you suggest that I prioritize first? Because I already have this, that, and that, right? So I guess by doing that, the person above you, your manager, your boss, whoever the person is, will respect you more, because the person will understand, your manager, your boss will understand that you want to do everything with care and with perfection. And it's impossible to do 10,000 projects when you have a limited time, right? You're supposed to work sometimes from 8 to 5. So if you are staying way longer, that is a sign right there that you're doing way too much. And remember, time is precious. And every time that you say yes to something that you don't want to do, you're limiting your time, and you're never gonna get your time back. And the last one, another way that you could use is using humor, right? So in that situation that a person would ask me, hey, do you want to go hiking, when I know that I just had chemotherapy and I'm not feeling well, you could say, like in my case, I could say, oh, I know I can't go because if I go, I'm gonna be throwing up all the way up and all the way down. You made your friend laugh. he or she will not be upset at you. And to finish this video, I just want to remind you, saying no is a very powerful tool. Saying no to things that you don't want to do, to situations that you don't want to be in, can bring a lot of happiness. So empower yourself. Say no when you don't want to do something, and keep on loving yourself and keep on putting yourself first, always. So guys, that's it for today. If you like this video, please subscribe, please give your thumbs up, give your like, comment, share this message with somebody that you know would benefit from it. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a fabulous week, everyone. Bye.